Good morning, my short kings of Discord. Have you ever been picked on for being short or got rejected by a tall goth baddie because of your height? I know I sure have. Have you ever wanted to grow your height by 6 whole inches? Well, I have just the treat for you, because a viewer of mine sent me this Discord server called Titan Method that gives us medically proven exercises and stretches to grow between 0 and 6 inches taller. So this all started when a viewer sent me not just a Discord server, but also an Instagram page to Titan Max Method with 55,000 followers. Now, it turns out this Instagram account is part of the looks maxing community, which are basically a whole bunch of insecure teenagers that think they look ugly, that try to do everything in their power to look more attractive to talk to more girls. But this Titan Max Method Instagram page is actually part of a subculture of looks maxing called height maxers, who are people that will do the strangest things I have ever seen to try and increase their height. And as you can tell by the memes that this Instagram account is posting, it's pandering to teenagers who are still going through their growth spurt. I think no matter what they do, they're still gonna grow until, they hit their 20s and they stop. But POV, you are short because you are not using Titan Method. 6 foot me after using the Titan Method. Is this supposed to be something that's bad? I kind of want that. But anyways, me as an insecure 5-foot man, I want to learn how to get taller, so I joined the Discord server, and the first thing that I was presented with is the Titan Method owner telling me which is the best height method on the market right now. Now, of course, in first place, this should be no surprise to anyone in the height maxing community that has grown 10 feet that the Titan Method is number 1. It is the crown jewel of adding extra inches to your height, not length, height. But the Titan Method is the most detailed and most well-researched method yet. Yeah, we'll see about that. It has the proofs for every technique in it. And as we move down, there's the 6'6" method, the skyscraper method and 5-inch gain, the brutal method, and the aura chad method. And finally, at the bottom of the bottom, we have the bamboo method and the wolf's law method. The way I wanted to approach this as a short king is to start off with the worst method, see how bad it is, and then work my way up to the Titan method. But if we take a look at the server, there are a whole bunch of other channels that are mainly locked, like free Titan method. I don't want to spend any money today, and this is not looking good for me. But then we have these free methods, and every single one of them are locked. You can't even access them at all. However, I was a little quick on this because the bamboo growth method, this channel was still open, and I managed to get the PDF, which is an absolute treat. Just judging by the production value of this book cover, this is going to be some highly researched, fantastic material to grow taller. It's definitely not AI with height, but I probably just casted a curse to keep myself short. So zooming into this bad boy, jump scare by the monkey, the first page we have... Yeah, there ain't gonna be anything good in this bad boy if the text looks like RuneScape text. In fact, in this book that is meant to teach me how to grow taller, it says that it is important to remember that it is not within a person's control to change their height, and that it is important to accept and embrace the body that they have been given. It is not within a person's control to change their height. Yes, this is what everyone tells you. Holy gamers, I'm about to be red-pilled. Chapter ? The Bamboo Method. The Bamboo Method is a revolutionary new program that can help you grow up to 6 centimeters in a year, even after puberty. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. There's a reason why we're already on page 9 and it's been less than 2 minutes that I've been talking about this book, because most of it is just filler. It's almost as horrible as a pyrocynical video. It's a 10-minute topic padded out into a 40-minute video. But what is included in the Bamboo Method? Well, first, it talks about nutrition, and this one will be confusing for the Americans. It just tells you to eat healthy, like a normal human being. There's absolutely nothing about eating a specific food or Tide Pods to grow even taller. It just tells you to eat healthy, which won't do anything for your height, but it is definitely good for your health. Now, for the Bamboo Method, we have stretching. And it's not some medieval torture device that is meant to stretch you to make you taller. It's just telling you to do spine stretches and leg stretches and just stretch your body. Next up for the Bamboo Method, we have spinal alignment, which sounds really advanced, but all it is just having a good posture. You're on Discord, your posture's completely. I know you guys. Your shoulders and your neck and your head are at like 90 degrees to your back. And if you actually do fix your posture and you have good posture, you will look taller. And how do we fix our posture with the Bamboo Method spinal alignment system reverse curse technique? Well, you stand straight and erect. Yeah, I'm getting demonetized already. And then it tells you to do strengthening exercises. And that's where we get to hormone optimization, the scientific literature. It talks about human growth hormone, or HGH, and insulin-like growth factor, IGF-1. And how do you optimize these hormones so that you get bigger? Well, believe it or not, it's called get enough sleep, manage your stress, eat a balanced diet, and exercise. But then we have bone remodeling. And guess what it tells you to do? It tells you to exercise, eat a balanced diet, don't smoke, get sleep. So whether or not we like it, the bamboo method is basically a waste of time. But before I went any further, I wanted to look at any proofs and reviews. I wanted to see if people actually grew from using any of these methods. And it turns out that there are a handful of students that have grown. This guy, what happened? They stretch him out in Photoshop or something? But hear from one of the students. James Holt, 23, started at 5'0" and is now 5'3" in 10 months. I never imagined that I could increase my height, even after my 20s. My mom is 4'11" and my dad is 5'1". I know I never had great genetics. That's why I never took height seriously and accepted my fate of being a handsome short king. I'm not gonna lie, but deep within my heart, I always felt jealous seeing all other tall guys hanging around with girls, especially since I never had a girlfriend. Well, James, I'm tall, and I don't hang around with girls. Tall does not equal talking to girls. There's a lot more to it, apparently. I haven't figured that out yet. But thanks to this guide, I gained over 3 inches of height, and I'm not done yet. And I decided to search this image with Google to see how is he doing now. And it turns out our boy James is actually on YouTube, apparently. In fact, he was on YouTube 9 years ago. You know, before Discord was even, I don't know if it was even a thing or even popular at this time, but it's the same image of how to grow taller fast and get taller naturally. Be height secrets. What the absolute does this mean? You know what? Maybe this was a blunder by Titan Method. Maybe he got tricked by one of his customers. So I decided to look at some more reviews, and we have this person here. Day 1, short king. A year and a half later, slightly less short king. 5-inch height gain review. 5-star inch height gain by Jason Alessandrini. But then for the next review, there was actually a message from someone on Discord. And you can see with this dude that he grew from January to July in approximately 7 months, quite a bit of height. And I was seriously impressed until I realized this guy had a Spider-Man profile picture and he's probably a teenager and just going through his normal growth spurt. So I decided to really sink my teeth into this Titan method. Because why should I use the Titan method? And according to the owner, why the Titan method is better than others. Must read. And what the Titan method entails is unknown and ancient methods to boost your testosterone because more will make you taller. I don't think that's how it works because people who take steroids would just grow really tall. Primal nutrition methods to maximize your body growth potential. Different methods to dramatically increase your growth hormone and cause giant growth spurts. Separate methods for growing your legs with Wolf's Law and bone fracturing techniques. Yeah, I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I think we're going through medieval torture devices right now. And finally, you have the secret sleeping methods. And editor me, make sure to censor out the racial slur in the reactions, okay? Don't forget that or we're gonna get in trouble. But honestly, with claims of giant growth spurts, secret sleeping methods, reading anything else, I want to get this thing right now. And ladies and gentlemen, you can buy the Titan method, which, what is this cover, for a whopping $9. And as you can see, this book has 0 ratings, so I don't think anyone bought this, which is good because everyone should kind of know there's only 2 ways to increase your height. 1, increase your posture, and 2, there's a forbidden technique, which I'll talk about a little bit later. But you would have to be an absolute idiot to buy this thing. So this is the Titan method ebook that I bought for $9. That I'll never get back. This genuinely is the best piece of art I have ever seen on a book cover. This is going to be a book filled with the best information possible. And it has 300 pages of information. Yes, I did skim through all 300 pages. I wish I didn't. Because, well, let's take a look at the table of contents. We have a prologue. We have chapter 1, hormones that influence body growth, foods to eat to maximize body growth potential. There's no chapter 3, but the turning point. Chapter 4, the routine. Chapter 5, leg lengthening with exercise success stories. Where's chapter 6? I didn't even notice that there's no chapter 6. There's chapters, okay? But chapter 11's my favorite, the power of your mind. All I'm saying is that if you thought this video was horrendous already, it gets even worse. So let's start off with the prologue. I first of all credit you for purchasing a copy of this routine, and it is in my prayers that you achieve your objective, space of triple space, height increase just like I did in as a short a time as possible. Trust me, there will plunk no obstacle in your pursuit for height increase. What is plunk supposed supposed to mean? I started using this particular routine at 26 years old, and I was standing at 5'4", yet managed to grow over 6 inches taller in 3 years just by sticking to the routine for long. Well, butter my biscuits, boys. This is the real shit. This guide mainly covers blah, 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 and then we have a main website called growtallerwithshinlengthening.com. Will I get demonetized for showing torture devices? We'll find out with this video. Now, after taking a little look through this website, there's stuff like how to grow taller with hypnosis routine. There's also a PDF version of the exercise routine guide, which you can actually download, and it's available on Gumroad for $12. And I want to point out that this book is really interesting because it has Chapter 1, Hormones that Influence Body Growth, Chapter 2, Foods to Eat to Maximize Body Growth Potential, a turning point, a routine, Chapter 10, The Power of Your Mind. Yeah, if we take a look at our Titan Method PDF and we look at the table of contents, everything is exactly the same. Chapter 7, Daily Meal Plan. It's Chapter 8 because this guy forgot Chapter 6. So our good old Titan Max Method, who has no copyright intent, just stole this person's book outright. In fact, if you look through this book, there are cases where if you search for the guy who made the original book, we have good old copyright from Dennis. So just so we're all on the same page, pun intended, this Titan Method book is just a rebrand or stolen work from this person's book called Grow Taller After Puberty. But even this book itself is horrendous because if you go back to the Titan Method PDF and you just copy one of the paragraphs that the dude stole from the book and you throw it into Google, it leads directly to a website that it was just copy and pasted from. It was just stolen from the website. So just to be clear, this book is going to be a piece of absolute hot garbage, and you haven't seen anything yet. Because in the Titan Method, again, my goal is to increase how tall I am. And how do I increase the height in my legs? Well, there are 3 ways I can successfully increase my leg length. I can go on my bike with a raised seat. What? I can use ankle weights like Naruto, or I can do plenty of jumps every day. How the fuck is any of this supposed to actually do something? But if you actually read through this whole entire book, they're talking about how these exercises will increase your growth hormone, which most of it's just like if you exercise, you will grow taller. And that's obviously not the case because there are people that exercise that are still short. Honestly, most of this book I skipped because it's basically eat healthy, get a good amount of protein, exercise, get good quality sleep, and improve your posture, which is the main thing that will actually make you appear taller. And those bits of information get repeated about 8 times through this whole entire book, which is why it's 300 pages. And for the rest of those 100 pages, we have completely deranged, somewhat inhumane pictures like this. What is going on? This guy is laying on his bed. He has a pillow underneath his back. He has pillows underneath his legs to prop up his knees, and then he has ankle weights on to try and increase his legs by trying to drag them down with gravity off of his bed. This is our torture device number 1. It's called How to Make Your Feet Lose Circulation and Get Nerve Damage. And this book gets even better because there's measurements of people's legs, and you can't even read the measurement from it. It's so pixely. Jeff's after pictures, 2 inches taller than before. There were no before pictures available. Scientific proofs and experiments. It's just, trust me, bro, they were 2 inches taller than before. Now, unfortunately for me, there's no other photos of dudes being geeked up on their bed. And I'm gonna be brutally honest with you, but to increase your height, there's only 2 ways. 1, get better posture. And the second way to actually increase your height is people breaking their legs to get taller. Now, I'll have this Vice video linked in the description, but basically, people will get their legs broken by a doctor so that there's a gap in their legs, and it'll be held together with this kind of torture cage so that their bones will eventually grow back and fuse together, so now they're, I don't know, like a couple inches taller. No one would go through this painful procedure that is extremely risky if any of these 100% natural methods actually worked. I literally paid $9 for a book to teach me how to get nerve damage in my feet and how to eat healthy. This bamboo book was actually a better resource, and I got it for free because it told me, hey, you can't change your height. Just be okay with it. Accept it. And Titan Method's telling me, yo, just hang your feet off the edge of the bed. You'll be good. You'll be 7'5" in no time. Oh, and while we're at it, since I didn't really point out how bad this is, these people, if the surgery goes wrong or the recovery goes wrong, you just can't use your legs anymore. Anyways, I'm gonna go talk to my accountant about how I got scammed for $9 by buying this book. Anyways, all you short kings out there, you will be loved not only by me, but by everyone else. We love you. Mwah!